हरी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Pukaro Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe Gopal Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Govardhan Dham Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Shri Varsano Dham जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री बरसानो धाम। जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम। जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे गोपाल हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, बोलिए जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र भगवान की, श्री यमुना मई की जय, श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन धाम की जय, श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय, श्री बरसाना धाम की जय, श्री नंदगांव धाम की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। बोलिए हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga, 7th verse. ममैवांशो जीवलोके ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठाणि इन्द्रियाणि मनःषष्ठाणि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन मनःषष्ठाणि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति. Translation: the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which includes the mind. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The living entities in this conditioned world, in this verse, the identity of the living entity is clearly given. The living entity is the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, eternally. It is not that he assumes individuality in the conditional life, and in his liberated state, he becomes one with the Supreme Lord. No, he is eternally different from the Lord, fragmented from the Lord. It is clearly said, Sanatanaha, that means all the time. According to the Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions, of which the primary expansions are called Vishnu Tattva, and the secondary expansions are called living entities. In other words, the Vishnu Tattva is the personal expansion of the Lord, and the living entities are separated expansions. By his personal expansion, he is manifested in various forms like Lord Ram, Lord Narsimhadev, Vishnu, and all the predominating deities in the Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, that is, all ourselves, are eternal servants. The personal expansions of the Supreme Lord, the individual identities of the Godhead, are always present together. Similarly, the separated expansions of living entities have their identities. As fragmental parts and parcels, the Supreme Lord, the living entities also have fragmental portions of his qualities, of which independence is one quality. Of which independence is one quality. Every living entity has an individual soul, has his personal individuality, and a minute form of independence. By the misuse of that independence, one becomes a conditioned soul. By proper use of independence, he is always liberated. In either case, he is qualitatively eternal as much as the Supreme Lord is eternal. In his liberated state, he is freed from this material condition and is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. In his conditional life, he is dominated by material modes of nature and he forgets the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. Jai Ho. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So going back to the shloka again, Mama Iva Amsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So the Lord is telling all of us that in all the conditions of life, we belong to Him. Never is a time when we don't belong to Him. We are something else. Either in this conditioned stage of the world, material world, or we go back to Vaikuntha, we remain separate from the Lord and we have loving relationship. So individuality is always maintained. There's nothing like I lose my identity and I become one with the Lord. It is not like that. We remain separate and we have loving relationship. Like husband and wife, they are two entities and they have loving relationship between them. The children and the mother and father are individuals. They have their individual existence, individuality, independence, and they maintain that loving bond. Father to daughter, daughter to father, husband to wife, wife to husband, and this continues eternally. Doesn't change. Only when we come down here, we have temporary relationships here. That is the most important thing to understand. The relationship between the Lord and us is always same. It doesn't change here or there. But here things are always changing. Somebody is somebody's father today, somebody is somebody's son today, daughter today, and it changes. And even your role changes. Today you're daughter, tomorrow you become mother, and tomorrow you become daughter-in-law, and tomorrow you become mother-in-law. Also, sometimes you may become grandmother-in-law also. So these roles will change. That is material world. What is changing is material world. What is constant is spiritual world. The Lord is saying that somehow we have all lost ourselves in the temporary things. Changing world. This is always changing. Huh? Myself, yourself, everybody was very young boy, like Anangabanjiri, huh? Toddling in the laps of mother and father. And now we have become mother and father. Then soon we'll become grandmother and grandfather. And we see our 1 year old photograph and we say, oh, this was me. Things change. But what change? What things change or the things that we are changing, we don't belong to them. That is not our real identity. Our real identity and our real nature and our relationship with the Lord is not changing. Only thing is we can forget it at times. That's the only possibility. But by forgetting, it doesn't change. If the son forgets that he is my father, it doesn't change that he is his father. It remains same. So the Lord is saying that why this is happening. Manas shasthani indriyani. Prakruti sthani karshati. There's something called as Prakruti also in between. Bhagwan, Jiva, and Prakruti. And what is Prakruti doing? Prakruti is Lord's Prakruti only. It's not something unknown entity. The Prakruti is mother, actually, in one sense. But there are two kinds of mothers. One is Yogamaya and one is Mahamaya. One is Radharani and one is Mahamaya is Parvati Devi, Durga Devi. One is like with a stick in a hand. See that, don't misbehave. Do like this, don't do this. If you do this, I'll punish you like this. And another is Radharani, always inviting you in loving pastimes. So what is happening is Prakriti Sthani Karshati. The living entity is getting attracted to the worldly activities. And I, me, and mine starts by this power. This power makes you feel that this is mine, this is me, this belongs to me. I'm the controller, I'm the enjoyer, I'm the owner, I'm the proprietor. And in the process of thinking like this, the living entity suffers because nothing is yours. I may think this is mine, but everything, when time comes, we have to leave and go. Whatever is mine, I can carry with me. Whatever is not mine, I cannot carry with me. I come to your house, I cannot carry this table with me when I go back. It doesn't belong to me. I have come here to stay. I have to, the way I come, I have to go. So similarly, however I may like this table, but I cannot take it with me. Similarly, however you may like this world or the life that you had in this world or the body that you had in this world, time comes, you have to drop it and go. Tenancy is over. The rental agreement is over. You have to leave. You cannot say, I want to stay here more. Not possible. So, Prakriti Sthanik Arshad is very important to understand. To the degree we are attracted to Prakriti Sthan, that means to the domain of the Prakriti, to that degree we suffer. And to the degree we are not attached to the Prakriti, that we are always happy. I remember a story which I heard in childhood in my school. And that time it didn't strike me so much because I was not into devotional activities. But today, when I must have quoted hundreds of times in my lectures. It is so relevant and so powerful it is. There's a Maharashtrian saint called Gadge Baba. How many of you heard Gadge Baba? How many of you heard Gadge Baba? Gadge Baba is called as Gadge Baba because Gadga means a pot, a begging pot. Huh? That's called Gadga in Marathi. And that pot, he was famous for that pot. He would use that pot for every purpose. For bathing, for answering nature's call, for drinking water, then everything. Like our Sridhar Kolovecha also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotee, he also had a pot, beaten up pot, and he would use for every purpose. So that's why he's called Gadge Baba. So one time one rich man came to him. The rich man was like very affluent. He had all kind of wealth and all kinds of respect, position, on influence, power, whatever you like to have in this world. Everything he had. And he came to meet Gadage Baba. And he said, Maharaji, you look so peaceful, look so happy, but you don't have anything. What I have. And I have everything. But I'm so disturbed. I'm so anxious. Can you please tell me the secret of you not having anything what I have? Not even iota, but you are so happy and peaceful. You look so effulgent, so brilliant every time I meet you. And I have everything that everybody will like to have. But I'm absolutely having no peace. So much anxiety is there. Please tell me the secret. Swamiji is these people who are transcendental people, sadhus, they are very intelligent. They know exactly how to answer questions of people. May not be all time with words. He said, Array, what you're talking about my effulgence and my peace? I can see that you are going to die in 7 days. What you're talking question about my peace and your peace? Think about that. You only have 7 days life. Then he immediately forgot his question. It was bothering him so much. He immediately forgot his question. Said, really? So Maharaj, what I should do? Said, go and meet everybody and come back after 7 days when the time will come. So he went. So he met his near ones, dear ones. He met his business people. He met his relatives. He met his friends. And wherever you go, there's some, what do you call, कहते ना हिंदी में 19-20 चलते रहते ना, मैंने कुछ बोला था, आपने कुछ कहा था, वो दिल में रहता है ना कभी भी, मैंने आपको कुछ बोला था, आपने मुझे कुछ बोला था. So he said sorry to everybody, thank you to everybody for everything good. He met people and said thank you. And for whatever he said sorry. So पूरा he squared everyone nicely. मतलब अभी कुछ सबको मिल लिया. And everybody, whatever he had to say, he said. Plus, whatever property he had, he just divided amongst his whatever he wanted to do, he divided. And he came back on seventh day after doing elaborate preparations for his last moment. Suppose Parikshit Maharaj was told, na, after 7 days you will die. Parikshit Maharaj didn't go to beach parties and to Switzerland and to enjoy fun. All things are available to him. He just immediately went and sat at the bank of Ganga. And Shukdev ji came and spoke. And 7 days, 7 nights, nothing else but Harikatha. So like that he came back. On the seventh day, Gadge Maharaj asked him, so how do you feel now? He said, I feel so peaceful. I feel so happy. I feel so blissful. So are you ready to die? Yes, I am ready to die. He said, that is the answer to your question, this is the answer to your question. What you asked me 7 days back. He said, why I am so peaceful and blissful and tejasvi according to you is because we are always ready to go. Any time of the time of the life, if we are asked to leave, we are ready to leave. There is no ties, there is no attachment, there is no botherations. And we live whole life like that only. That's why we are always blissful. Although we have or we don't have anything, but we live not as being of the world. When Jesus Christ said that in the Bible, be in the world, but don't be of the world. You be in the world. Do your duties, everything nicely, perfectly, as per scriptures, as per the ideals. Look after everybody, take care of yourself. But don't be attached. Don't be attached to this world. The whole gamut of suffering begins when we are attaching ourselves to something in the world. Not necessarily money only, please. Somebody may be absolutely number one pauper. But he may be attached to the place where he begs, for example. There are beggars in our Mumbai. They are attached to the place and they are proud. I beg in this area. This is the prime area of begging. And when they uh, marry their daughter, they sometimes give donation, dahej, to the son-in-law. Okay, now you beg here today onwards. I give you as dahej, my prime possession. So this is also another attachment. You don't belong, you don't have anything, but you think this is yours. This place where I sit and bake, this is my place, my prime location. I cannot part with anybody, but I'll give it to my son-in-law. Out of my love, I give you part of my all property to you. So there's nothing, no, you don't need anything big to be attached to. You don't need anything big to be attached to. You can be attached to any stupid thing also. And it will obsess you completely. So objects are like that only. Prakruti Sthani Karshati means what? That particular bridge where he begs, it's not his bridge. It belongs to government. The municipality can come and throw him out anytime. But still he feels it is his place. I remember that movie, Diwar. Amitabh Bachchan and Shashi Kapoor. They are talking under a bridge. And they are saying, याद है हमने यहाँ पर बचपन गुजारा था. आज तुम कहाँ चले गए, मैं कहाँ चला गया. लेकिन ये ब्रिज जो है ना, ये हमें अभी भी जोड़ता है. अभी the bridge is bridge. So many people stay there, go there, from there. But if you feel attached to that, it may cause danger to you in future. And that is what our story of our life. This is the story of all our life. Those who are rich, those who are poor, those who are educated, those who are uneducated, those who are affluent, not affluent. What is our story? That wherever we are, we feel we belong to that place. Whatever we have, we own those things. So that man understood that day by Gadge Maharaj's example. That the root cause of my anxiety is not my wealth. The wealth is not a problem. Our attachment to the wealth is the problem. Your beautiful body is not a problem. Your attachment to the body is the problem. Your family is not a problem. Family is very good. They love you, you love them. But the attachment is a problem. Love is not a problem. Love will never bind you. Asakti will stick you to the world. So we have to learn to separate these two things. There is no harm in loving. You can love your country, your caste, your society, your city, your family, your own family, dear ones. There's no problem in loving. But the moment you get attached, that brings you back there. The whole game of the material world is the game of this attachment. We keep coming again and again over here as per our attachments. The souls keep revolving in this world as per their attachments. Birth after birth, generations after generations. It's just rotation. And that's what Krishna is talking to Arjun. What is Arjuna's problem here? He's standing with bow and arrow, with his all chariot and everything. Gandiva Dhanusha is there. Everything is all set to fight the war. And this fellow is saying, I don't want to fight. Why? Because he's thinking that, oh, he's my grandfather, he's my teacher, he's my brother, all my cousin brothers, all my relatives, everybody is here. It's a family fratricidal war. I don't want to fight this war. I didn't know that. Yeah, I had a war with, wrestle with Duryodhana, but I didn't know that so many people are going to gather on each side. Huh? Even my mama is on this side, Shalya Mama from Madhya Pradesh. He's on this side, and everybody you see is all relatives only. And I see on my side also relative only. So they also will die and they also will die. And for what? For the piece of land that we want to control. No, no, no. I will go Gadgav. I will take the begging bowl and go to jungle and beg rather than fighting this fratricidal war. That is the main problem for me. And Krishna has to explain. They all are already dead. If you don't kill them, somebody else will kill them. Time will kill them. But you do your duty, then you will get the glory. You will become nimitta, but you will get the all credit of establishing dharma. So you are not fighting because they are relatives or they are not relatives. You are fighting to establish dharma. So you fight. Then he raised his bow again. The same bow was there, same arrow was there. And there was not what a problem in that. The mind was not ready to do whatever he wanted to do or should be doing. You may be 110 kilos weightlifter person, but if you are depressed, you can't even lift a glass. You may have so many muscles and practice of lifting, world champion, but your mind is depressed. Suppose something is lost in your life and your mind is depressed, you cannot perform. So same thing is Arjuna also. Such a master champion warrior he was, world champion, ever champion he was. Nobody could defeat him, and the he was in the warfare. But what is saying? Vepatusha sharire. My skin is burning and my Gandiva is slipping out of my hand. I can't even hold it. What to speak of tying and throwing arrows? Why? Because the mind is totally disturbed. Why the mind is disturbed? Because of attachment, false attachment. Thinking that I have to do this, I have to kill my uncle, kill my father, kill my great grandfather, and my guru, and so many things. So when the real science of life was told by Krishna to him, he again stood up and fought. So what is important is a mind which is convinced of the right things, the right duty, right things to do in the right way under right guidance. When that mind is there with you, then you can do the duty nicely, perfectly. You're not confused. You're not morose. You're not doing it with less energy and less conviction, half-heartedly. So that we have to understand what is bothering us. The objects of the material world that we see around us, they are actually attracting us, and after attracting us, they're bewildering us. And finally, they are all taken away from us. So again, we are bewildered. Like when Bhishmadev fell down, everybody was totally, war just stopped. When Guru Drona was killed, everything just stopped for some time. Bewildered. How this can happen? How this can happen? So many questions were raised at the time. Then again, Karna was cleaned. How this can happen? How this can happen? How somebody can be killed without having weapon in the hand? So many things happened, bewildering things. But the war proceeded till it concluded by destroying everybody. And very funny thing, there was all the Pandavas gathered at the end of the war. And Kshatriyas are always like that. They always want to talk about their chivalry. किसने कितनी शूरता दिखाई, कौन कितना वीर था. So everybody was discussing about what they did. So Krishna said, all of you are on the ground platform. You didn't see everything on the celestial platform. You're all on the ground. So when I'm fighting with somebody, you are fighting with somebody there. I don't know how you're fighting. So the one person is there, Babru Vahana. He was in the sky and he was watching the whole warfare. The long story of Babru Vahana. Babru Vahana is one of the sons of Arjun. Huh? A very massive personality. And in one long story, his head was cut. But when he met, Krishna was there and he said, I don't want to die now because my aim was to observe Mahabharat war in the future. So give me life with my head only to watch the Mahabharat war. So he was given benediction by Krishna ki yes, you will be able to watch the Mahabharat war by standing in the sky. So he was standing in the sky and watching the Mahabharat war. So he could see everything, who is doing what. He was not only watching some local situation. He was watching all the situation from the celestial platform. And he could see everybody at the same time who was more chivalrous. So I'm sorry, he was son of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bhimsen, I think. He was son of Bhimsen. There is some connection, but I don't have the authenticity, no information. But he was also given a curse that he will die only from his father's hand. And why will father kill him? Why will father kill him? So he was almost Amar in that sense. So when he was asked, he was the biggest hero in the Mahabharat war. So Bhimsen was thinking that he will tell my name only because he is my son. And everybody was very anticipatorily waiting whose name he will tell now. Who is the best warrior? He said, nobody is the best warrior. I could see only one thing that Kali Mata, Krishna was killing and Kali Mata was following with the big red tongue. Krishna was slaughtering everybody as the Supreme Lord and Kali Mata was following everybody. The moment Bhima heard that, he got so angry, he picked up his gada and hit him and he died. So what was the attachment? I am supposed to be, and you should tell me that I am the greatest warrior. I want to hear that. Yeah, I am the greatest one. This is our life actually. It's not that Bhima is so attached. Bhima is acting as a role in the drama of Krishna. What is Bhima trying to show us that this is what our problem is? I think I am the biggest, strongest person. So I am the biggest Veer in this whole battlefield. I killed 100 Kauravas. All of them were single-handedly killed by me. Rest all killed one person. Like Arjuna killed Drona, and he killed him. Shakuni was killed by Sahadev, like that. But Bhima was the one who killed 100, so he thought he must be the greatest one. But it's not so. Everybody is puppet in the hands of the Lord. Lord is the biggest orchestrator, and we are simply puppets. Prakruti Sani Karshati. There's a nice painting which I saw in ISKCON when I came first. The three ladies are having threads in the hand, and men are dancing as per the threads. A famous painting in ISKCON. I saw in the first few days of my ISKCON life. There's some beautiful ladies from like this they are doing, and the men are moving around down. So I think I am moving, but Prakruti is moving me by the influence of Prakruti. ऐसा है. So we have to understand that this science now which is explained, this is extremely important science. This is meant for you and me. Only human beings can understand this, and only for human beings this is created in the name of Arjun. In the name of Arjun only it is created, but for us it is created. So that we understand where do we stand. And please believe me, whichever condition we are in life, this book will have guidance for you. Whatever conditions, happy conditions, sad conditions, gaining conditions, losing conditions, whichever conditions. Like when children have exams and you have so many questions, why exam is there? Papa, mommy don't have exam. Why I have exam? I have my problem when that time. Today also, believe me, someday at this age also I get a dream that I am writing MBBS exam. And I have not studied. And I don't know the answers. And with sweating, I get up in the night. And then I pinch myself and say, oh, I already passed MBBS. Wow. So many years back I already passed. I don't have to worry anymore. But that worry is still there, that, oh, exam is there. No? That is how it is. We feel so much real. What is happening in the dream. Even if you meet me in the night, na, I will not come out of the dream. Only when in the morning when I get up, I will believe that it is a dream. Wife will tell me, Zopa tumhe aata, Zopa, you sleep. No. My exam is there. I have to give my exam. In the morning, then when I get up, I laugh. But that time in the night, I'm fully into that. So much illusion is there that so many 40 years have passed now, but still that illusion exists. So we are like this. We are living that illusion. Whole our life is that illusion. And Krishna is telling that this Prakritika illusion is so strong. It's very very difficult to break. Only one who surrenders to me can break it. No one can break it. This illusion of Prakriti, network that she has created. Everybody is entangled. Only when you surrender to the Lord, you can get released. And that's what the science is all about. To live in such a way that we don't get entangled and to continue living, doing all our duties, but not getting entangled. That is very important. Knowing well that everything is going to be perished one day, everything will be taken away from me one day, and I have to go empty handed one day. With that reality, when we live now, that life is called liberated life. Truly liberated life is that life. All times you are aware that whatever is there today is not going to be tomorrow. Even worries, what worry is there today, it will not exist tomorrow. What tomorrow's worry is there will not be day after tomorrow. In childhood, you have to so much worry. Oh, my marbles, he will steal away. So you are not even sleeping in the night. You are holding the marbles and near the bed and sleeping. And today you may laugh. What marbles? Today you may feel my son may fail in the exam and you are not sleeping in the night. Day after you will say my daughter is not getting married and not sleeping in the night. So your worries are changing. Imagine in this life. You see your life. The worries appear to be foolish worries. And maybe now what you are worrying so much, you will laugh yourself. Why I was so worried about so stupid things in life. But that time that was so important. So important. That is why everything in life was that worry. But if you know when that worry is existing as the biggest worry, you know this is also false. This is not going to be remaining. This is not truth. That is liberation. Liberation doesn't mean that you have to die and then you go beyond some other realm. That is a physical liberation. What is real subtle liberation principle is this liberation. That you understand the reality. You are in touch with the truth, the real truth, not the illusory truth that you feel it is a truth. And that is the beauty of life. If currently when you are living, if you are in touch with that reality, my Guru Maharaj always tells us, you may lose money, your business may be destroyed, you may become bankrupt because many people have become bankrupt during Corona times. Or you may lose your family members, or you may lose your property. So many things can happen. Prabhupada's whole factory was, stolen by his servants. Whole ghadi, vedi, everything was stolen by servants one day. All that can happen. But if you know that my Lord is there, what my Guru Maharaj tells us is like that. Whatever happens, there's one truth which remains constant. At the bank of Yamuna, under the Bansivat tree, Radha is standing with Krishna and Krishna is playing flute. This truth will not change. That is the eternal truth. Whatever may happen in your life. This is what we have to understand. What truth we are referring to all the time in life, what truth we are attached to or connected to, will decide your state of happiness today or sorrow today. What is your reference? If your reference is the Lord, then you will become always happy, effulgent, beautiful, blissful in all conditions of life. So what are we striving for? Okay, the day will come when I'll meet the Lord. It's a different story. That is far from me. Today, how I can be happy and blissful is if I remain attached to the real truth that my Lord and myself are eternal. My relations with the Lord is eternal. Whatever I do may change tomorrow, but my relation with the Lord will not change. And I am striving for attaining that relationship perfectly. If that you maintain constantly while living your day-to-day duties, then you will be always happy. Always will be happy. With whatever gain it comes, you will not be elated, you will not start dancing. So the loss is there, you will not dance. You will not cry also with that. Gata, agata, suna. Nanu Shochanti Pandita. What comes, what goes, it's like ocean. Na? In a rainy season, so many rivers flood the ocean, but ocean doesn't get flooded. Rivers get flooded. Flooded river will go in the ocean. Ocean doesn't start getting into cities because of that, because of rainy season. Ocean remains wherever it is. Or in the winter season, when the all rivers dry up, ocean doesn't shrink. So that example is given for us. We should become like that. Sorrows come and happiness come. We remain steady. And so saying is very easy. Oh, good. We remain steady. But how to remain steady? We can remain steady only if we are attached to the Supreme Lord. For connection, thought, and activity is in connection with Him, then we can remain steady. I've seen my father also. So much of losses he had gone through. Sometimes he gained, many times he losses. But he always remained steady in doing his duties nicely. He had 8 children. There were 2 generations of children. Elder children were like parents to the younger children. So many difference was there. And so many things he had to undergo, endure in life. But how he was so steady, because he was quite God conscious and doing his duty in a very steady manner. And we never knew when we used to go to take the fees from him for the college or school. We never knew whether it's in loss or gain or business. What's happening? We didn't never know. He never made us realize that I'm in loss today. You'll get your fees, whether I will take loan or what. He never made his children feel what he is going through. In that sense, he remained steady and served. And you can see all our older generations, uncles, everybody of that category, very principled, very straightforward, because they were all based on God consciousness in their life. May not be ISKCON way, may not be in a particular Sampradaya way, but in their own way, in their own life, was in a very exemplary God conscious. Daily morning, they would get up, pray, whatever happens, perform their prayers, do their duties, never fail to do their duties, even though sorrow was there. They were steady in their duties. And today, how shallow we are in little things, how we get disturbed and how we dance. So happiness comes and sorrow comes, how depressed we are. Because our foundation is not so strong today with bhakti. I mean, that connection is there. Why I say we feel the liberation when the connection is strong. Even if the whole tree is cut, suppose the roots are there, still the tree grows. You don't get uprooted. We have to be like that. May some difficulties get some destruction, but the roots are strong in the foundation of the Lord. Then our life will continue, will grow again. So that is why this science is extremely important for us to understand, because this science will always connect you to the divine. In whichever conditions you are, this science will always connect you to divine, reconnect you and reconnect you and reconnect you to the divine, so that in all conditions of life, you can remain blissful, you can remain happy, you can remain grateful also. Is it possible? It's not impossible. How to remain grateful in sorrowful conditions? Because so many happy conditions were there before, no? It's not only sorry condition all the life. There were happy conditions. We have one manager in Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Now he's retired, but he's still working. He said one time he was in one big textile company on a highest position. He had enjoyed so much of luxury, and one day the textile industry collapsed, and the mill got closed, company got closed, and he had to sell ice creams one day. That was not successfully. But I appreciate one thing. They said, Ki, we have seen so many good days, so we are thankful to the Lord that we have seen good days and we enjoyed. Now, by the will of providence, things are not there, but it's okay. We are grateful to the Lord. He will take care of us. So, that gratitude is possible even though it is a very bad condition. Provided your foundation is on God, then that gratitude is possible. Otherwise, only blame game is there. Where is the Lord? What is Lord doing? I don't want to perform anything. I will give up everything, whatever I was doing for the Lord. It's all useless. For this day, I didn't do all these things. Everything is lost. But if you understand what you gained also was temporary, what you lost also was temporary, and what you gained was not yours, what you lost was not yours. And understanding has to be there. Father always used to say, suppose you lose something, then you know it was never yours, that's why it's gone. How nicely they used to reconcile things in life and continue on. They may not be great Pandits of Bhagavad Gita, but because their foundation was in bhakti, they may not be quoting slokas immediately, but because of their bhakti, they could reconcile with many difficult things in life very easily. That's why we need this. Dogs and cats don't need this. They don't have problems like you have. Please understand. Because their mind is not so developed to have the problems also. But we do have, because we have evolved consciousness, we have evolved intelligence, evolved mentality. We perceive things in much larger and much better way, much subtler way than the animals and birds. Because the purpose of our life is very high, na? To achieve the Lord finally. And in the process of high intelligence, high mentality, we come across so many events in life which are very challenging. And all challenging conditions, this science can put you to the base and make you happy. So take it very seriously. So our greatest fortune that we have come across this science. See, this world has such population, 700 billion, like that, I think so. So much population is there. How many are connected to Bhagavad Gita? Tell me. Hardly a fraction of people. And we are one of those people. But we have to take it very seriously. This lifetime, we should take it very seriously. And fortunately, this month is 25th of December, this month. Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Mokshuda Ekadashi is on 25th of Ekadashi. That is the day Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in the battlefield. Not in the temple somewhere, in the holy place of Himalayas. Arjuna went and had a spiritual retreat. And they sat down on the bank of Mandakini Ganga. And for years together they discussed Bhagavad Gita. No, in the warfare, in the middle of the warfare. Warfare is very worldly, na? It's not spiritual. Warfare is very worldly. I want what you want what I want. So I fight with you. And if you survive, you get. If I survive, I get. Do or die. In that situation, Gita was spoken. And Arjuna is not a sannyasi dandadhari, staying like a monk in a cave, and Krishna went there to meet him, and there they had discussion. I said, right? Many wives, many children, lot of money, lot of wealth, lot of influence, lot of power. So many things were there. So what I want to tell you is that it's a relevant science. It is not meant for some great sadhu to some sannyasi. The talk has taken place. It's not like that. It's taken place for the people like you and me, who was a husband, who was a father, who was son, who was so many duties he had. He had his problems, he had his questions, he had his confusions, like all of us. And that time it was spoken to him in the middle of the warfare. Not also in the palace where he was sitting happily with his wife. Krishna came and they had discussion. I said, when he was in the middle of his biggest problem, this science was spoken. So in the biggest problem, his biggest confusion, he was pacified completely by Krishna and put back in his position of normal duties. In the middle of that crisis, such a short time, how artistically Krishna must have done it. In the middle of the warfare, people are thinking, "Hey, why are you starting the war? We're all ready. Why not blow the conch shell and start? Time is getting by." And somebody is discussing with somebody. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay, "Kya bol rahe wo? Why are you not fighting? Good night, Arjuna is not fighting. My son is already victorious. Why is Krishna is preaching to him?" But then it was important. And it is explained, Prabhupada explained many times that in 45 minutes, Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Yes. Imagine what kind of brain Arjuna must be having. How developed brain. Huh? Khatakhat, he must have understood everything. With asking question also in between. ऐसा नहीं कि yes sir, ऐसा करके. No, he asked many questions in between. And in 45 minutes, the whole thing was done. And again back. Ready. Shoot. And we are recipients of that dialogue which took place so many years back. Such a beautiful dialogue that can help the whole humanity forever. For all time to come, we can get benefited by the dialogue which took place on the battlefield. So we are also on battlefield of life. We are having so many questions, so many confusions, so many losses, so many gains. Happiness, sorrow, everything is there. Arjun also had the same thing. He is not something extraordinary. He is extraordinary, but he is representing you and me at that moment of time. So in his name, the whole knowledge was told. And the beauty of knowledge is that anytime you refer, after 5,000 years you refer, it is relevant to you also, relevant to me also. Everybody can draw from this, get strength and get rooted in the firm foundation of bhakti and be blissful all the time in life, not only in Diwali times, not only festivity times or wedding times, all the times, especially in sorrow times when there is pain in the heart. Problem is not happiness. Happiness means nobody wants to read Bhagavad Gita. When there is sorrow, we want to know why this is so. I didn't want to have this. Why this is coming up? And the answer is there for that. And that way, it is said that happiness is not so good in the material world because it just keeps you away from the Lord. So much happiness comes, no? So much power comes, influence comes, position comes, increment comes, promotion comes, progress comes. You little bit drifted away from God because you feel why you need God. You need God. But when sorrow comes, problems come, we do go close to God. It's arranged by the nature in such a way that they are designed in such a way in between they are planted so that we wake up ourselves and not get too much illusion. We are woken up again and again. After every night, day comes so that we wake up. So, Mamai Vancho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, we are eternally Lord's children, but we do get lost in between and we can get again rooted nicely by hearing the words of Bhagavad Gita told by Krishna and make our life successful. Because ultimately now, whatever one may say, one day everybody has to leave. Nobody has a concession here. Nobody has an extension over here. Everybody's time is fixed. One day everybody has to leave. And that time, how do you feel is the preparation that you do whole life. Whatever you do whole life is culminating in that stage when you leave. So if you want to be happy and blissful and liberated at that stage, then you will actually get liberated by the whole lifetime preparation. So this time what we have now is meant for that preparation. Apparently, when there is not so much of turmoil or confusion, we know that things are coming, going, gain, loss, sukha dukhe, samay krutva, labha, labho, jaya, jayo. If we know that, then we can prepare our consciousness suitable for the last moment. And when we are prepared perfectly, then we can actually visit the Lord and be with Him, not come back again here. Not come back again here. To go through the same chapters again and again, repeatedly. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatara shayanam. We don't want to come back again to the same cycle of suffering, suffering, and suffering. We want to be connected with the Lord. In whichever position we are in life, we can still connect. As a mother, as a father, as a son, as a businessman, as a family man, as a renounced person, as a brahmachari, as a woman, as a man, as a young, as a old man, we can connect. It's possible to connect. We have facility for connection. We have people to help us to connect. We have so much of facility given by the Lord. We have to avail that facility and connect and make this life perfect. Every moment can be so perfectly available to you, provided we mold ourselves to that. This life is to get molded like that. Therefore, nothing else a life is. Because all the other things come by karma. Whatever money you have to have, you will get. Whatever you don't have to get, you will not get. It's all destined. But happiness is not destined in that sense. As far as you can decide, you can be still happy in the worst conditions of life. This is the science to help you to be happy and blissful and liberated in all the conditions of life. Jivan Mukta. It is explained. One sadhu just I heard of late. He said that when you are immersed in remembering the Lord, that is liberated state of life. And when you forget that, you are again back in the world of mortality, mortal world. And when you are immersed in katha or seva or namasmaran, that is a stage of liberation, and that you can enjoy any moment of life while doing work also. Some people asked me, did Arjun chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds while those 18 days, 16 rounds का क्या हो गया उसका? Mam anusmara yudhya cha. Remember me and fight for me. Like I'm writing exam MBBS. Do I chant Hare Krishna that time? I'm writing exams. What I'm writing it for, that decides the future course of life. If I do it only for money, one course of life. If I do it for serving people, second course of life. If I do it for serving people in the name of the Lord, third course of life. Three different destinations will be there. Of same writing the exam. Everybody writing the exam. So it's ultimately consciousness. So Arjuna had developed that consciousness all throughout his life. And Krishna said, remember me and do it for me, not for yourself or your revenge of Draupadi or your revenge of this, your revenge of that. That is your own agenda. Keep it aside. Go for higher agenda. And then he became very happy actually. And by the way, by fulfilling Lord's agenda, all his agendas were fulfilled. Is it not true? While doing that higher duty, all so-called vows and agendas and hearts, everything was reconciled. So don't think when you give up your own agenda and do it for Lord, what about your agenda? No, they also will be reconciled by the Lord. It's all encompassing, all enveloping, everything is included in that. We should not fear ki if I serve the Lord, what will happen to my own interests? Your interest will be utmost cared for by the Lord. If you take care of Lord's service and do service and work in life for Him, for His pleasure, you don't have to think that, oh, what will happen to my own interest? Will that be taken care of? If you serve Him, all your interests will be taken care of by the Lord. That is the beauty of bhakti actually. I don't lose anything. Even though I don't work for myself, all my interests are being yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I will take care of all your needs, all your wants, all your lacunae, all your deficiencies. I will reconcile. Don't worry. Just work for me. So assuring it is actually. And by the way, it's not just words, it's an experience. We have seen in our own life miraculously how Lord has taken care of our needs at time of situations are there. We can sit some other time to discuss those. How wonderfully Lord has taken care. Amazingly, unbelievably. The situations, impossible situations, Lord has taken care of nicely, miraculously, which has given us faith ki nothing to worry now onwards in life. When he says, na, yoga kshema vahamyam, he doesn't write only say in as a dialogue in Bhagavad Gita. He means it and he does it in reality. Takes care of it. He's always good and he'll always do good for you. But you have to connect. You have to connect through this scripture, through a sadhu, through association, through satsanga, but connect. Then you'll understand that Lord will take care. Of course, He's taking care, but you also know that He's taking care. Sometimes बोलते हैं ना बच्चे लोग बोलते हैं ना क्या किया माँ बाप ने हमारे लिए बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ना ऐसे हमारे घर में भी बोलते थे क्या किया बट वंस यू कम टू नो किस हालात में क्या क्या किया then you get shocked. I can never do this. My father did this for me. I never knew what he was going through. But he was looking after us so well. We didn't even get iota of understanding what he was going through. That means things are happening, but you don't know it. But you know it, then you understand the glory of the thing. Similarly, the Lord is always looking after you. But we still may say, किधर है भगवान क्या कर रहे हैं किधर थे वो भूकंप हुआ तभी किधर थे But when we learn the science, we come to know it is always there. And always, what is bhakti ultimately? Is the realization of the Lord in your life. He's always there, but when you realize that He's in your life, this is the way He was in your life constantly, invisible way. That is bhakti. Bhakti allows you to realize the truths in life, the realities in life. We are not doing something invention, कुछ कर नहीं रहे हम लोग. By doing bhakti, we're just knowing the reality, coming to know the reality more and more and more as it is, where it is. तो एक लैंड में होता है ना, एज इज वेर इज, व्हेन यू बाय द लैंड, टेक ओवर द लैंड, पोजेस द लैंड, एज इज वेर इज, वैसे एज इज एंड वेर इज, how much the Lord's mercy is with you, how much He's taking care of you, will come to know. And that is why one can be grateful even in the miserable times. There is a secret behind how you can be grateful only when, even in the misery also. Because you know how much you have received. You are grateful. Hare Krishna. Any questions are there?
What
Yes.
is the thin line between love and asakti?
Love is selfless. Asakti is selfless, selfish. Asakti means I am attached to a particular thing with reference to me. Like motherhood, you are a mother. When it is love, when you do it as your duty selflessly. But when you think, oh, he will look after me, she will look after me, I'll be taken care of by them, I'm investing, then they will look after me. हो सकता है ना, it's possible है ना? That is asakti. And that will always, you will always get dissed by that if you expect like that. Mostly, the world experience says that when you are too much expecting, you will get ditched by the reality of the world. And 100% when you don't expect anything and you get something, you'll be very happy. You don't expect anything and someone loves you, you're so grateful. Oh, thank you very much. But suppose you expect कि इतना इतना प्रेम करना चाहिए मुझ पर और वो इतना ही करता है, then you are miserable. So when you have expectations, that is asakti. So do your seva as mother, as father, as sister, or brother, or anything as a duty with love, but not expecting something in return. Do it full heartedly. Let the result be anything. You will feel happy that I have invested everything what I could with no reservations. Then you will be happy within yourself. And even if you get ditched, you don't mind because you never expected only. You don't feel ditched only. So okay, I didn't expect only. And I'll tell you, in today's world, all the parents and grandparents, everybody has to live that way only. Don't expect anything. Otherwise, misery is guaranteed in old age. 100% guaranteed. You want to be unhappy in old age? I think this should not be. Be blissful. Lord is there, you are connected, you have done your duty. You can leave this world very with brave, with straight neck and with happy, with no guilt in the heart. ऐसा है. And then if asakti is there, you will be miserable. It is another sign of asakti. Love is there, you will be blissful. Even if the beloved has not done what is supposed to be done, and you whatever is like norms, ऐसा करना चाहिए था, नहीं भी हुआ तो भी you will not be disturbed. That is love. Asakti means you will be disturbed. You will be frustrated. So now only we have to decide while we are doing things. Do it as selflessly as possible. Don't expect anything. Because we are not the controller of anybody's mind and of the world also. है ना? How the market should be. You're not the controller. Market, what do you call, leads you. You don't lead the market. In business, in family also, you can't lead your children's mind and your family members' mind. Most of them you are carried away by their minds. It's all our story. We are just part of the game. We are helplessly watching everything. क्या हो रहा है? And more we expect things to happen in our way, more miserable we are. More we do things in a selfless way, we are peaceful. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Any other question? Yes.
जैसे आपने इंडिपेंडेंस का पॉइंट बोला था,
शुरू में आया था एकदम. हाँ.
उसके अंदर गॉड गिव अस इंडिपेंडेंस, तो उस केस में हम उसको राइट वे में और रॉन्ग वे में हाउ वी बिकम कंडीशन सोल्ड एंड हाउ इंडिपेंडेंस तो गॉड देते हैं, बट हाउ टू लीड इट सक्सेसफुली सो
Only
दैट
through satsang. Independence I have, you have, he has, everybody has got, right? And Lord wants, why Lord gives independence? Why doesn't he make you robots? भगवान हमको रोबो क्यों नहीं बनाते? मतलब सीधे प्रेम करो मुझसे. That's how everybody can be liberated, ना? बट प्रेम मशीन से नहीं होता है ना कभी. Does washing machine love you? Television loves you? Computer loves you? No. You may have 5 gadgets like this. Your children are fighting for it, and you give all the gadgets. But do they feel love from those gadgets? No. For love, you need people. Like that, the love can be expressed only out of independence. You can choose कि I love her or I don't want to love her. And you can choose and you can really love from the heart. But I can't program you that you should love her. For that reason, Lord has given independence to you, so that you can choose and love. He doesn't want to make mechanical robotic lovers. And now, with that independence, I am choosing not to love him and to love the material world and love money and love whatever beauty, love whatever I have. And we get smashed by that. We don't get love. We don't know happiness. So, how to get that love? Your question was how to use the independence in the right way, by satsang only. Where we get the power, where we get the energy to do what we want to do. You require will power ना within. अब आपको एग्जाम भी देना है और पूरा पढ़ाई करके भी आप ऐसा कांप रहे हो, पसीने पसीने हो रहे हो, पूरा पढ़ाई कर चुके हैं, but mind is not in the condition, then what you can write? Nothing you can write, although you have studied everything. So what you need is a inner strength. Do anything in life. The inner strength comes in satsang. It doesn't come in sitting with people who are rich. It doesn't come in sitting with people who are very highly educated materially, or in people who are highly influential, or in people who are very beautiful. There are people who are very beautiful also. You don't get inner strength by sitting with them. You get inner strength when we talk about the Lord and about the Lord. Through the scriptures, through the words of sadhus, we get inner strength. Then we know how to dovetail our intelligence, dovetail my money, dovetail my position in pleasing the Lord. It's a science ultimately. It's not just like, खड़े हो गए तो भगवान से प्रेम हो गया, वहां देखा तो उससे प्रेम हो गया, ऐसा नहीं है. It's a proper procedure that you need to follow. And for that, there has to be inspiration, which will give you inner strength. It's not impossible. That much I can tell you. What is hope? It's not impossible. अरे वो कैसे महाराज जी, आप तो इतने पीसफुल कैसे दिखते हो? आपके पास ना पैसा है, ना धन है, ना ब्यूटी है, ना कुछ नहीं है. मेरे पास सब कुछ है और मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हूँ, एंड आप तो शांत दिखते हो. इट्स अ साइंस है पूरा वो. इट्स नॉट जस्ट out of the blue. He has slogged for whole life to get that peaceful condition. And not that Gadge Baba only can be peaceful and you can't be. ऐसा नहीं है. Gadge Baba by his trick made that person in 7 days come to that situation. 7 days के अंदर वो गाड़गे बाबा का जैसा ही बन गया, एकदम liberated. He could give him the feeling and experience by his mercy and by his power. In 7 days, he could make him feel how to make feel completely blissful. That formula he practically taught him by 7 days. Sadhus can do that. Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punyatirtha Nishevanat. By serving the Mahatmas. Mahat Sevaya. Mahat means the Mahatmas. When you serve the Mahatmas by their mercy, you can achieve anything in life. Why? Because the Lord has given the key of the highest success in life in the hands of the sadhus. The Lord doesn't give you success. The Lord gives success to you through sadhus. They decide कि इन पर कृपा करनी है, तो उनकी कृपा से भगवान बोलते हैं हो जाए. अभी देखो ना, नारद मुनि ने बोला नल कुबेर को, जाओ पेड़ बन जाओ. बाद में बोला कि नहीं, वो पेड़ के रूप में आपको दर्शन होगा भगवान का और भगवान की भक्ति प्राप्त होगी. भगवान को जाना पड़ा उधर बीच में खींचने के लिए. गए कि नहीं भगवान? क्योंकि नारद मुनि ने बोला था, आई हैव टू फुलफिल हिज वर्ड. आई कैन नॉट फुलफिल हिज वर्ड. माय डिवोटी हैज गिवन प्रॉमिस कि लॉर्ड विल लिबरेट यू इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ट्रीज इन गोकुल आंगन. लॉर्ड वेंट एंड पुल्ड एंड ट्रीज फेल डाउन एंड दे गॉट लिबरेटेड. ऐसे कितने प्रूफ है, कितने कितने प्रूफ है ऐसे. बकासुर भी ऐसा ही एक राक्षस था. He was gone to one Jajali Muni's ashram, and he was very proud, because he had conquered the demigods for 100 celestial years. He was very proud, very beautiful, very handsome, very powerful. He came and started eating fish over there in the pond. So Swamiji said, "Don't do this. In my ashram, nobody does this." He still kept eating the fish. So you like fish, you become duck. On the spot, that beautiful man became a duck. all his beauty, all his pride, everything got smashed, and instantly became duck. And in the form of duck, immediately became, अरे मैं तो duck बन गया. बोला अच्छा था. He understood the power of साधु. कि साधु ने एक क्षण में मुझे duck बना दिया. तो he fell at his feet कि please forgive me. साधु बोला ठीक है. द्वापर में जब कृष्ण आएंगे ना, तो तुम्हें बचाएंगे, तुम्हें उद्धार कर देंगे. तो कृष्ण को आना पड़ा उसको बचाने के लिए. हाँ, और सब लोगों ने उसको कोशिश किया मारने का. ब्रह्मा ने ब्रह्मदंड चलाया, शिव जी ने त्रिशूल चलाया, इंद्र ने वज्र चलाया, यम ने यमदंड चलाया, वायव्यास्त्र वायु ने चलाया, आग्नेयास्त्र अग्नि ने चलाया, देवी ने तलवार चलाई, स्कंद ने शक्ति चलाई, चंद्र ने निहारिका शस्त्र चलाया. क्या सब लोग ने अपना बेस्ट बेस्ट अस्त्र चलाया, उसका कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सका. तो नारद मुनि ये कथा बोल रहे किसी को, वो पूछ रहे अरे कैसे कुछ नहीं हुआ उसको. उसको भगवान ने मारना है, इसलिए कोई नहीं मार सकता. तो भगवान बाहर आए पे उसके कंठ से, फिर उसका वध हो गया. तो किसका वर्ड पूरा कर रहे हैं वो? खुद का वर्ड नहीं पूरा कर रहे हैं. जाजली मुनि ने वर्ड शाप दिया था ना, वरदान शाप, जो कुछ दिया था वो पूरा कर रहे हैं वो, एज ओबीडिएंट सर्वेंट. तात्पर्य क्या है इसका? कि भगवान आपको नहीं कृपा करते हैं, साधुओं के माध्यम से ही कृपा करते हैं. दे विल चूज कि आई लव यू, आई ब्लेस यू. So Krishna says, I have to bless him because my devotee is blessing him. This is the secret. Because भगवान हमारे लिए इतने हम लोग योग्य नहीं है कि हम के भगवान सब जगह अवेलेबल है हमारे लिए बात करने के लिए. I want to talk to him right now, but he's not available. I'm not qualified. तो साधु लोग अवेलेबल रहते हैं. If you have connection, then you can meet them. They will guide you. They will give shelter to you. They will really train you. So they are available resources. And the Lord is not all time available resource. Only when we become pure devotee, सततम कीर्तयन्तो माम, तभी मिलेंगे आपको. अनन्य अनन्यश्चिन्तयन्तो माम, ये जनो परिपासते तेषां युद्धम योगक्षेमम, तभी वो अपना डायरेक्टली आपको देखभाल करेंगे. लेकिन तब तक बीच में कौन है? वही साधु लोग. एंड दे विल गिव दैट कनेक्शन टू यू, ब्लेस यू, टेल यू हाउ टू यूज योर इंडिपेंडेंस इन हिज सर्विस. यहाँ पर किसी को प्रश्न है क्या? पूछ सकते हैं, यहाँ पर भी अवेलेबल हूँ. Anybody has any question? Yes, Anusha. Okay. Yes, yes. Please, please, please. As much as you want, no problem.
जैसे आपने बोला कि सब कुछ कर्म से ही आता है, like it is predestined, whatever comes to us. तो ऐसे ही
साधना करने से नहीं आती है,
अच्छा,
इंडिपेंडेंस से आती है. That is your independence, my independence, her independence.
so we are only independent for sadhana and nothing else.
Whatever you do, you are independent to do today. But what you have done in the past, you cannot negate. By your independence, what you did in the past will yield the result as the past. You can't negate, manipulate, कुछ नहीं कर सकते उधर. Today, what you are doing will be your future. Today, if you sadhana nicely, your future will be with the Lord. If you don't do sadhana nicely, your future will be with Maya. Very, very clear. No sentiment attached. If you do your sadhana nicely today, your future with Krishna is guaranteed. If you do goof up in that, your future with Maya is guaranteed. Huh? Yes, as you show, so shall you reap. जो बोया है वही आएगा. और वो प्रधानमंत्री के लिए भी ट्रू है, इंद्र के लिए भी ट्रू है, और हमारे लिए भी ट्रू है. So what you sow with your independence is extremely important. And for that you need guidance. When you do that, you will yield the result accordingly. कैसे ना, हमको अभी ही करना है. कल तो हमारे हाथ से गया, टुमारो हमारे हाथ में अभी तक आया नहीं है. आज ही हमारे हाथ है, अब ही हमारे हाथ में. और आज और अब हम लोग जो करते हैं वही हमारा भविष्य निर्णय करता है. और आज और अब हमने जो किया वो हम कल उसको बदली नहीं कर सकते. सॉरी, मैंने जो कल कहा था मैं वापस लेता हूँ. ऐसा होता है क्या? जो कल आपने बोला उसका अफेक्ट हो गया. अभी आप कितना भी सॉरी बुरी कुछ भी बोलोगे. तो जीसस क्राइस्ट ने बाइबल में उदाहरण दिया उसके लिए कि आप जब जमीन पे दीवार पे वो कील ठोकते हो ना, कील, और कल आप उसको कील को निकाल देते हो, जमीन में क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बोले ना सर, आपने कील ठोका, कल आपने कील निकाल दिया, मतलब आपने एक्शन किया, उसका ऑपोजिट एक्शन कल किया, बट व्हाट हैपेंड इन द प्रोसेस, देयर इज अ होल इन द वॉल एंड यू मे फिल द होल विद द वॉल विद सीमेंट, बट दैट दाग रिमेन्स ना। तो जाके गौर से देखेगा ना, लगेगा ये होल था तो पैचअप कर दिया है। वैसा ही है वो, वॉट एवर वी डू ना वंस, effect is there. You cannot just negate it because you feel sorry for it. Why I did that. Once you do it, before doing, you have to think. Similarly, when you do things today, think and do it properly so that you yield proper results in all the future. And our result is not material. We want to meet with the Lord, connect with the Lord, and get free from all the sufferings once and for all. That is why today is very important. What you do today is a very precious. That's the only thing you have in life today. Nothing else. You only have आज and अब. आज से भी अब ज्यादा है। सुबह का आज गया, अभी का अब बाकी है आपके पास। अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो, वो आपका भविष्य तय कर रहा है। कल क्या किया था, वो आज का भविष्य कल ने तय किया था। सबका यही रियलिटी, वेयर वी इन्वेस्ट देयर वी मल्टीप्लाई। Shall we end here? Yes, please.
आपने जैसे वो बताया कि साधना इंडिपेंडेंस से आता है, तो जब अज्ञात सुकृति के बारे में भी सुनते हैं वो
अज्ञात सुकृति, आपको पता है क्या पूछ रहे हैं? अज्ञात सुकृति मतलब कभी कभी ना ऐसे अकारण कृपा हो जाती है, शावर्स होते ना, यू डोंट नो कहाँ से आ रही है, सडनली वहां से आ रहा है। वो अज्ञात मतलब पता नहीं उसका, सुकृति मतलब वो लाभ हो रहा है उनको, अज्ञात सुकृति। तो आपका क्या प्रश्न है अज्ञात सुकृति को
उससे
लेकर?
कैसे रिलेट कर सकते हैं? जैसे आप कह रहे हैं साधना
अज्ञात सुकृति है ना, वो आपका कनेक्शन कहीं ना कहीं अनजाने में साधु से हुआ है। I'll give an example to you. सपोज आपको पासपोर्ट ऑफिसर हो, एकदम कड़क रूड, ऐसा एकदम, नो हाउ ड्राई वन कैन बी, you can be in a government office, but suddenly one sadhu comes and his visa is over and you have to help, his passport was spoiled and renewal of passport is urgently required in next days because visa is expired in 5 days, so you have to get new passport in 2 days, then only it can be worked out, otherwise you'll be thrown out of the country. And you felt bad and you got his passport which could be done in 21 days, you did it in 1 day. Even if money also couldn't have done that, but you did it without money or with money also. But it was required in 2 days. You got it made in 2 days, and somehow the sadhu got through the whole problem. And you don't know. You just felt like doing it. That is Agyat Sukruti. And that will yield some fall in the future. It will not go. It will not go free. It will not go waste. साधुओं की ज्ञान से या अज्ञान से की हुई सेवा जो है ना, कभी भी व्यर्थ नहीं जाती। भगवान की कृपा तो होनी ही होनी है। कई बार हम लोग ऐसे साधुओं को अनजाने में हेल्प करते हैं, वी डोंट नो दैट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, बट we are in a position sometimes in office somewhere, in some government office, some registering office, something somewhere we are, and sometimes that person although corrupt, but that time he feels like अरे इसको हेल्प करना चाहिए, तो वो कर देता है हेल्प और वो उसके खाते में जमा हो जाता है, and it will help him 120%. So श्यान महत सेवया विप्रा पुण्य तीर्थ निश्चय बनाती है, कभी असत्य नहीं होता है। साधु सेवा is the biggest blessing in life, biggest. And selflessly, if you do it, it is like the biggest blessing in life. Without any returns in mind, just do it as seva. Lord will never forget it. The Lord loves his sadhus like anything. Love, if you serve his sadhus in need, Lord becomes obliged. तो ये कभी भी होता है ना, अभी हम लोग ने भी क्या, आपने और हमने क्या तपस्या किया है, थोड़ी हम लोग परिवार छोड़ के हिमालय में एक गाजर खा के तपस्या कर कभी किया क्या आपने? गुरु की खोज में विश्वरूप दास हिमालय में भटक रहा है, ऐसा कभी हुआ है क्या? कभी कुछ कुछ त्याग किया है क्या? शहर का आनंद कुछ त्याग किया है? कुछ हमने तपस्या नहीं किया ऐसे भगवान को प्राप्ति करने के लिए, सब लॉलीपॉप ही है, ये पूरा शावर ही है पूरा। हो सकता है लास्ट लाइफ में कभी कोई साधु की हेल्प की होगी, जाने अनजाने में, अपने पावर में, अपनी कैपेसिटी में की होगी। समवेयर इट मस्ट हैव हैपेंड अननोइंगली, एंड व्हाट टू स्पीक ऑफ benefit of unknowingly do serving sadhu. If you do it knowingly, then how much benefit will be there? You know he's a sadhu and I want to serve him selflessly. You do it with this cognizance, then how much benefit will be there? You don't know he's sadhu, and you don't feel like I should do sadhu seva, but you are just doing out of intuition or whatever intention, whatever you say within impulse, you can say. Unknowingly, when you do, so much benefit is there. All of us have come like that only in bhakti. I think we have done great. We read sadhus are gone to jungle and to tapasya, गुरु को खोज में क्या क्या किया है उन्होंने. फिर गुरु कृपा हुई उन पर. नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर, हमारे गुरु महाराज ने कितना तपस्या किया. कहाँ कहाँ जंगल में गए वो. भगवान कहाँ है, भगवान कहाँ है, ढूंढ रहे हैं. परिवार छोड़ दिया है, जवान आदमी कॉलेज छोड़ दिया है, परिवार छोड़ दिया है, पैसे छोड़ दिए, भटक रहे हैं हिमालय में. कहाँ है भगवान, कहाँ है भगवान. ऐसा तो हमने कुछ नहीं किया है. फिर भी जो उनको प्राप्त हुआ वो हमको भी प्राप्त हुआ है. मार्ग एटलीस्ट प्राप्त हुआ है. अचीवमेंट तो डिफरेंट है, लेकिन द वे व्हाट ही गॉट सेम वे वी हैव गॉट विदाउट डूइंग दैट तपस्या. तो ये क्या है, शावर तो है ना, ये शावर ओनली. बट वो शावर मिलने के बाद में आपने उसको आगे नहीं बढ़ाया तो शावर में वेस्ट हो गया. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. शावर तो होता ही है कभी ऐसे. भारतवर्ष का जीवन ही बहुत भाग्यवान जीवन है. खड़े खड़े ऐसे जुलूस जाएगा हरे कृष्ण कीर्तन करते करते, आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे, आपके कान पे आ रहा है वो. ये भारत की मानता है. भगवान आपको छोड़ते ही नहीं भारत में. हाँ, डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली आपके पीछे रहते वो. भारत जन्म का भी, वो जन्म भी शावर है आपके ऊपर. वो जन्म जो यहाँ का है ना, वो भी अनेक पुण्यों का फल है कि आपने यहाँ जन्म लिया, कि आपको इच्छा नहीं फिर भी आपके कान पे आवाज आ रही है भगवान की. लेकिन उसको आगे नहीं बढ़ाएंगे, सोते ही रहेंगे. आवाज आ रही है लेकिन देखिए गाने दो उनको, मैं तो सो रहा हूँ. ऐसा करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे उसको फिर. व्हाट द शावर का बेनिफिट क्या है आपके ऊपर. हरे कृष्ण. ठीक है. जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. मुमई वांशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन मनष्ठाणी इंद्रियाणी प्रकृति स्थानी कर्षति. श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी. ऐश्वर्या एंड यमुना भक्ति. ऑलमोस्ट